Hello everyone, I am Akash and I welcome you all to this channel. So friends, in this video we are going to have a look at another React machine coding questions video. So friends, I am going to repeat this particular part once again. That what happens is the interviewer provides us a link containing the question, and the link can be of any online coding platform. For example, CodeSandbox, JS Fiddle, etc. So friends, the problem statement that I was given was, based on pagination to handle few error use cases and to apply conditional CSS. So friends, before jumping onto the link, I would like to tell you one small thing, that you can connect with me over here for any technical guidance or interview tips. The link is in the description box, and you can also support me by joining the membership. So now let's quickly have a look at the code base. So friends, I hope the screen is visible to you all, and this is the link that was given to me. So what we have to do is we have to read the question that was given to us by the interviewer twice, thrice, any number of times until and unless we have not completely understood the problem statement. Okay. And at this particular time, you can also like cross question the interviewer, and you can also ask your doubts that you want to. So now let's quickly have a look at the code base. So this is the React code base, and we all know that the entry point is index.js file. So over here we have this app, and inside this app.js we have this product list, and this is the product list where entire code is provided to us. So as we can see, this is the product list, something like this, and it has like around 20 to 30 number of items. Now the interviewer asked me to apply the pagination and to handle few error use cases, and then later the interviewer told me to apply few conditional CSS. So let me show you the first error case that was. So I'm going to refresh this page, and over here you must have seen that 0. Let's refresh it once again. I hope you are able to see the 0 over here. Okay, so the interviewer told me like why that 0 is coming over there. Okay, so I have to fix that bug. So basically, as if we can see the code base over here, so what is happening is inside this use effect, this particular function is getting called, and what it is doing is it simply fetches the product list from this particular API, and then we simply set this into this particular product state, and over here it's a simple product listing, okay, using products.map. So what is happening over here, as we can see, the code is using this shortcut operator which is and. Okay, so due to that, what is happening is initially when the product's length is 0, so it is simply returning its length, which is 0. So how we can fix this is by using optional chaining. And over here what we can do is like either we can do some provide it a null, or we can provide it some loading, something like this. Let's have a look now. I'm going to refresh the page. Cool. Now as we can see, we have got loading over there. So this was the first bug. Now let's move on to coding the pagination. So friends, before coding the pagination, I would like to tell you that always have a look at your response data, what you are getting exactly. Okay, so we are going to console the response data. Cool. So friends, over here we are getting this products array. We are getting a total 100 items, and these are the limits and skip option that we are going to use for pagination. So what I did was I quickly created one folder over here, pagination, and inside this I created one file of pagination.js. So first I started coding the logic rather than writing the first I started coding the UI rather than writing the logic. So let's quickly write the UI first. So I created the functional component, something like this, and you have to keep thinking while you are coding. Okay, so this functional component will take one prop, that is products. I could have made this pagination, this particular piece of code inside this product list.js as well, but that could have, left a bad impression on the interviewer, and it's also not a good practice. So quickly return the JSX. And now what I'm going to give it a, I'm going to give it a, let's create a segment over here, and over here let's have a div, and I'm going to give this a class name of pagination. Inside this have one span, and this will take, you can open this particular thing by using the FN key in Mac. Okay, and I need one more, which will be this one. Cool. So I'm going to have one more span, and inside this it will take 1 2 3 4 n number of pages. Then we are going to have another span. So friends, I'm going to give it a style of cool. Let's see how it is looking. We have to simply go here and let's add it pagination, and we can pass it products. Okay, so it's giving error because we have to import it as well. Import pagination from pagination slash pagination. Cool. And one more thing, we need to export it as well. So as we can see that cool, we are getting these things. Okay, one more thing that okay, so as we can see okay, cool. So yeah, cool. So we are getting something like this. Now let's style it further. I'm going to quickly style it. Okay, inside this styles.css only. So we are going to give it a display flex and justify content center. Secondly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to like do those span. What we are going to give is we are going to give it a few border. Cool. So friends, as we can see, we have added this pagination class and we have targeted the span, and we have added a border, padding and cursor pointer. Cool. Now all we need to do is, what we are going to do over here is that one more bug is there. Like as we can see, when we refresh the page, we are getting it, we are getting the pagination even before we are getting the products. So one small check over here, that cool. So what we have done over here, if we have products.length, then we are only going to show the pagination. Cool. This works perfect. So friends, I hope it's clear so far. So now let's write a little bit of logic now. So let's first have a look at the JSON that we are getting. We are getting the products array, total, skip and limit. So we are going to store this particular piece of code inside our state. So let's have a total, set total, and its initial value will be 0. So in pagination, what will happen is we are going to have a limited amount of data on each and every page. Let's suppose 10. So we are going to show a list of 10 items on every page. So for that, we need to keep a track of page as well. Set page, and what we are going to give it a default value of 1. So now what we are going to do is, over here we are going to set the total as response data dot total. Cool. Now what we are going to do, so friends, we have total, so total is 100 and we have to show this pagination over here. And I have told you that each page will have a total of 10 items, or you can also add the like you have to ask the interviewer that how many items he or she wants to show on each and every page. So now we are taking it by default 10. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to pass this total also to this pagination component as a prop, and I think we are going to require this page as well. So let's pass the page, and what else will happen is okay, so I think we are going to require the set page as well. So I'm passing it right now. We can remove it if we don't need. Okay, so and after this what we are going to do now is, so we have got the total. Let's simply destructure it. Cool. Now friends, what we are going to do over here, we have to run one more loop. So it will be something like, we are going to have one array of, okay, so we have to show the total number of pagination will be like how many pages we will have in our pagination. So we have total 100 items. Okay, and in one page we have to show 10 products. It means 100 divided by 10 pages will be there. So we have got the total, and total divided by 10, and let's restructure it, thread it, sorry. And now what we are going to do is we are going to run a loop over this map and underscore comma I index. So we are going to get the index. Now let's render this JSX span. Cool. So now what we have to do is, as we all know, our index starts with 0, so we are going to do +1. Cool. Now let's have a look what we are getting. Cool. So friends, as we can see, as we can have a look, we are getting a beautiful pagination UI over here. So now what will be the next step? So friends, the next step will be to handle the, basically to add a what we call it, handler for pagination. So that is something that we are going to do over here. Let's quickly create one handle pagination, and this will take the selected page, or we can say the page or which we are going to click, and we have to simple do the set page. Okay, set page the selected page. Cool. So now if you will look, if I'm going to click on any of this, that particular page will be selected. Okay, not now, we have to like perform the on click as well, and let's do that quickly. Oh yeah, my bad. On, okay, oh yeah, on click, and inside this we are going to do something like handle pagination, and the page number, what will be the page number that we are going to give it to this? So friends, this is the left arrow, so it is going to take the page -1. Cool. This is the right arrow, so it is going to take +1. Cool. And in between we have where is our span? This span. So this is going to take the page, simple, not page, basically the index. Cool. So as we can see, we have to pass I+1 over here. So this is the small logic that we have done. So friends, one more thing that we have to do is, we are running a loop over here, so we have to assign it a key property as well. Don't forget to do this. Okay, and inside this product list, now what we are going to do, when we are going to click it, okay, so just give me a second. Yeah, so when we are going to click it, it is going to somehow like, it should be like changing the pages, and it should be like changing the pages, and it should like fetch the respective items from the API. Okay, so for that, what we have to do is, we have to first change this API over here. So I asked the interviewer, okay, like what are the parameters that we have to pass? You can ask these questions, okay? Don't be afraid to ask anything. So he told me that we have to pass the limit and skip parameter. Okay. So we know the limit. As I've told you, we have to display the 10 items. Okay. And we have to display the 10 items and we have to skip how many items? Let's suppose 0 items. Let's see how it looks right now. So as we can see, we are getting 10 items only. Okay. Earlier we were getting like around 20-30 items. Now we are getting only 10 items. So friends, we have to write a real logic over here. That will be something. Okay, so you can pause the video over here and try to, write the logic on your own. So for the first page, we have to skip 0 items and bring the 10 items. Okay. For the second page, we have to bring the 10 items and skip the first 10 items. So the logic will be something that page minus 1. Okay. So first page, it means 1 minus 1 0 multiply by 10. So it will give me 0. Okay. For the second page, the page number will be 2. The page number will be 2. So 2 minus 1 1, 1 multiplied by 10 10. Similarly for third page this will be 20. Okay, so it should work. Let's try clicking on this. Okay, it's not working because, yeah. So friends, inside this use effect we have to add the dependency array for the page. Okay, so let's see if it works now or not. Okay, the items have changed, I don't know how. Cool. So friends, if we are clicking on these respective like pages, let's click on second. So as we can see, these items are getting changed. I can also show you this inside the inspect and inside this network tab. So if I'm going to refresh it, okay, I think this will be products. Cool. So if we are refreshing it, so just give me a second. So as we can see, we are getting limit 10, skip 0. And if we are going to do something like, so friends, now let's try clicking on 2. So as you can see, we have got limit 10 and skip 10. Now we can also skip on 3. We are getting limit 10 and skip 20. So I hope this is like clear. So now we have to also check the left arrow and front arrow. So let's click on 1. We have got this. Cool. Now let's click on this left arrow. We have got, okay, so this is a bug that we are getting limit 10 and skip minus 10. Okay, so let's see if we are getting this bug over here as well. So when we are clicking it, we have got limit 10 and skip 100. Okay, so this is also a bug. So let's see how we can solve this. So friends, I hope the logic till here of pagination is clear to you all. Okay, so let's quickly fix few bugs and let's quickly add few CSS. So friends, we have to handle those logic over here, that if the selected page that we are sending from the where we are calling the handler, okay, so this should be only set if it is greater than or equals to 1, and if that selected page is less than or equal to total divided by 10. So this will handle the error case for us. So as we can see, if we are going to come over here 1, we are already on 1. So if I'm going to click on like this, or if I'm going to click on like let's suppose I'm on 10, and if I'm going to click on this, so nothing is going to happen. It's not going to set the page and it's not going to trigger the use effect. So now another thing that the interviewer wanted was to to change the color of the selected items, number 1, and number 2, like if you are on page like 1, then this left arrow should be disabled. Okay, similarly if you are on page 10, then the right arrow should be disabled. So how we can do that? Let's quickly do it. Okay, so we are going to do is we are going to add a class name. This is how you are going to write the conditional CSS, and we are going to say it like if page is less than or equals to 1, then simply add a CSS of pagination disabled. Something like this. And similarly for this. Over here what we are going to do is, if the page is greater than or equals to total divided by 10. Cool. It means if we are on the last page or first page. Okay, basically last page, and over here we are talking about the first page. So now what we are going to do is, we have to add one more thing, that is the logic for selected part. So class name, and what we are going to do over here is, if our page, basically the state I am talking about, if it is equals to I plus 1, then we are going to add pagination selected class, else nothing. Cool. So friends, now let's quickly add these classes over here. So for pagination selected, I am going to have it as light gray, and for pagination disabled, what is the spelling, disabled. Cool. So for this we are going to have opacity 0, something like this. Cool. So cool friends, as you can see over here, yeah, so it's working. As you can see over here, we are on 10th page, so this particular is disabled, the right arrow. Similarly, let's try to click on like 4th page. Okay, so it gets selected. On first, it gets selected, and the left arrow is disabled, or we can say removed, something like this. Okay, so friends, this is the complete code for what the interviewer has given me. Okay, the problem statement which he has given me. So let's go through it quickly once more. So what we have done is, we were given this, let's minimize it, we were given one product list. Okay, what we did is, we first started with the UI. Okay, so we quickly made one UI, and we have made it in a separate component, so that our code look cleaner and modular. Inside this we have two states, total and page number. Okay, so page number basically the current page on which we are, and total for the total number of products. And after this, what we have done is, we have just simply passed these things as props. And inside this, what we are doing is, on particular pagination pages click, we are simply like setting it to our page. We have handled few edge cases over here, and few conditional CSS over here. Okay, and that bug that we have fixed was to add this optional chaining over here. So friends, like, if you have followed me till here, and if you have got to learn something new from this video, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and do share this video with your colleagues as well. Thank you for watching.